We all know what a focus pull is. Here is one for you, and this is done manually, so it's almost spot on, but good enough. One of the cool things you can do with a camera with variable ND, as in this one I'm using here, which is the PXW FX9 from Sony, is a depth of field pull. So right now we're super shallow. I'm going to increase my depth of field so you can see a little bob. It's a pretty easy thing to do. You simply put your variable ND into auto mode. You do need to have a lens with a smooth iris, absolutely. So when you start wide open and then you close down your iris, then your depth of field will increase and you'll see the background much more, but of course it gets much darker. So the idea is that the variable ND will compensate for that. There's a few bits of fiddling with settings, so when you're wide open you should have the maximum amount of variable ND in, and then when you close down it will go to its minimum amount of ND. The lens that I'm using has a 7-stop range, 1.4 to 16. The variable ND of the camera is a 5-stop control. It does have 7 stops in total, but when you get down to the least amount, that is 2 stops. And then if you want to have more light, you have to turn off the variable ND. So there's no control over those first 2 stops. So basically you have a window of 5 stops. If you do try and close down your iris, you'll see that as I go past that 5 stops, I end up 2 stops underexposed. So you'll need to limit yourself to those 5 stops, or whatever it is your lens has. There is a way around that, and that means having something else auto on there, which basically is going to be the ISO. Getting your settings right for this is a bit fiddly, but after a bit of experimenting, you can make it work. So I basically set my auto ISO max to be 2 stops higher than what I had it set for the non-auto ISO, if that makes sense. And this will be useful for narrative type work. For most things, you never know. It's nice to have. Here's a win-win situation for you. Would you like a Rode VideoMic NTG, an Atomos Ninja 5, a $100 B&H card, a 2TB SSD from Glyph? To be in with a chance of winning one of these, all you need to do is to watch a free episode of my filmmaking for photographers masterclass. Yes, you get a free episode which is worth $79 anyway, and then you just need to answer a question at the end. And it's also one of the best episodes. It's the one all about movement. So it's free to enter, you get a free episode, and chances of winning loads of prizes. Which will be, of course, free, because they're prizes. So what the hell are you doing? Why are you not watching that right now? Get on it.